Nice job by the Columbus Community Band there. Before we get too far, let's read off the Regal Cast sponsors to you. 8:30 to go left on the pregame clock. The Regal Cast for football and volleyball this fall have been brought to you by Jeff Rudolph of Edward Jones. He's your Iowa City financial advisor who can offer you advice on retirement planning and long-term goals. Dale Howard Auto Center in Iowa Falls wants to keep the Regals moving. Best of luck this season. Locals love us. They want to know who you love. Vote for your favorites now at vote@localsloveus.com. Bankers Advertising and True Art is proud to sponsor the Regal Cast and all Regina athletes. For printing and promotional advertising, contact Bob Squires at Bankers Advertising and True Art. Go Regals. Chris Shooter Lehman with Coldwell Banker Real Estate Professionals is here for all of your real estate needs in Iowa City and the surrounding area. LKR Realtors are proud to sponsor the Regal Cast. Let LKR Realtors open doors for you and your family. Wishing the best of luck to Regina, and we are proud to support the athletes and students. OBGYN Associates and Radiance Medical Spa. As a well-known supporter of Regina, Dr. Diane Adam is proud to sponsor the Regal Cast. Stop by our office in Coralville for a free consultation. The Jill Armstrong Realty team would like to say they're proud to sponsor Regina and the Regal Cast. The Jill Armstrong team will treat you like family, making your priorities theirs. J&S Express is located conveniently across the street from Regina. Stop in before or after the game or before or after school for your snack and fuel needs. Towncrest Pharmacy cares more about your health care. Located in Iowa City and Solon, Towncrest Pharmacy. Exceeds our customers' expectations. Contact Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning. Midtown Family Restaurant offers a family atmosphere and the best food around. Conveniently located on the east side of Iowa City. Stop in any night for a great meal. North Dodge Express is your stop for snacks before or after the big game. North Dodge Express is proud to support the Regal Cast. Beaver Heating and Air reminds you to leave it to Beaver. When you're in need of heating and air, call Beaver Heating and Air for your next project. The Regina Athletic Boosters invite you to become a member of the team. Contact Sean Beard and get involved in supporting Regina Athletics. JJ Nickding is the preferred farm equipment dealership in the tri-state area. They offer experience, service, part inventory, and long-term commitment. See them in West Liberty, Tipton, Pilot Grove, Mount Pleasant, and Sigourney. And Iowa City Brake handles more than just brakes. Need your oil change? How about a mechanical or electrical problem fixed? Let Iowa City Brake get your automobile back and running on the road like a Regal.
And here we are, Jim, about 5:20 to go to start the ball game kickoff. Captains are out on both sides. Columbus Junction in their home blue with white numbering. And we also have our Regals in the visiting white. Nick Wagner, the injured Nick Wagner, out working with the officials, and one captain who also happens to be injured for Columbus Junction. Also for our Regals, we have Wick, Cook, Quinlan, and Theo Coley for the captains.
And it looks like was that Regina's going to receive. I didn't see what the indication was from the head referee there. We are completed what I believe is our 6th week of school, and ready to go. Homecoming week starts Sunday night here at Regina, so we'll fill all you in out online about that. If you want to let us know where you're listening from and who you're listening for, you can email us at theregalcast@yahoo.com. Thank you to Tom Udell, who already sent in a Go Regals. We appreciate that, Tom. And Ed, you did the call last week. How about that performance against a top-rated team in Lisbon by Theo Coley?
Yeah, Theo's just absolutely establishing himself as the go-to running back in Class A football in 2020, and there's no question that he's starting to gain attention, and colleges are starting to pay attention. And, you know, I keep telling everybody he runs like Walter Payton. He gets those legs up to his chest and has a great big swing and does a great job. And luckily, he's been relatively injury-free throughout this season, and looking for a big ball game at him tonight.
Definitely some newfound confidence for Theo. Last year, I got a chance and started to perform well. A lot more power out of him this year, I've seen. Speed was a factor last year, still is, but seen a lot more power. I will say this, being on the sidelines the last couple of home games down there, as an administrator, just looking at, I joked with Levi Quinlan on Monday, said I don't want to meet him in an alley anymore. He put on some lickings last week on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, he did a nice job on defense, and that defense is starting to gel. You had some young guys coming in, as backers in that 4-4, and again, they move it to a 5-2 when they need to, and they're gaining the depth that they need to. But really, what's been an unprecedented year, Jim, and real proud of their efforts so far, and really keeping our fingers crossed to keep them injury-free.
2 more regular season games here. This is our first of 2. Looks like we will have Quinlan and Jensen back for the Regals to receive the opening kick. 12 minutes on the clock, and we are ready to go with some football here live from Columbus Junction here in a little bit south of Iowa City, about 45 minutes, and the kickoff is a little short one. Looks like Jensen came up to catch it, dropped it, picks it back up, takes it about right up the middle. No one's touched him yet. He gets through another arm tackle. He's in the open field. He's got a whole group of Wildcats chasing him down, and he gets down to about the 35-yard line.
Yeah, nice job of recovery by Carson Jensen. Initially kind of bumbled the ball a little bit and then grabbed it, and away he went right up the middle.
Ran out of a couple of arm tackles there, and has the Regals, they're going to mark him down, it looks like, at about the 38-yard line. So Regina will start their first drive at 11:46 on the clock at the 38-yard line of Columbus Junction. Oh, we have a flag down, it looks like. They're going to...
It might have been a hold on the return or a block in the back on the return. Again, the flag is at about the 20-yard line.
Right about where he picked it up. I think he might have picked up right at the 15 or so.
Moving back from the spot of the foul. Boy, that really negates the return, Jim. That's not what you want to do to start the ballgame off.
No, starting at the Regina 10 now will be the Regals. So instead of being almost in the red zone, they are back in the shadow of their own goal line. And Ashton Cook will come out here. He's going to start with 4 wide receivers and Coley in the backfield. 11:46 on the clock. He takes it, fakes to Coley, gives a little screen to Levi Quinlan. He gets to the outside. A big, quick gainer up to about the 28-yard line.
Yeah, and they had one missed tackle there by Columbus Junction, which gave them an additional 3 yards.
A nice little Quinlan on that one. This time they set up Wick on the short side of the field. To Coley in the middle. He gets a big hole, goes straight through. Runs through all the Columbus Junction Wildcats, and he's going to take this one to the house.
Oh, my.
And was he touched, Ed?
I don't think he was touched at all.
I don't think so either.
Right up the middle. I mean, it was absolutely right up the middle, and just almost like a knife through butter. Theo Coley finds himself in the end zone for the first 6 points of this contest here in Columbus Junction.
A 70 yards for the score.
Quinlan came and ran sideline with it as his wingman all the way down the Regina sideline, and they were off to the races. 37 for the Columbus Junction missed the initial tackle of Alec Wick, and away he went, put on a soccer move. And here we are with the second touchdown ball game, 13-0, waiting the extra point by Wick on the left side of your computer screen.
Wick looking at it. Cook will be the holder. Marks the snapper. Snap, hold, and kick. And it is good, and Regina takes a 14-0 lead here against Columbus Junction.
9:13 left to go here in the first quarter. Regina showing its dominance right away. And again, this is a good opportunity to talk about homecoming, good opportunity to talk about what we expect from Regina coming up. Again, Sunday is the final day to order the Blue Crew Spirit Club t-shirt. If you get the design to order your t-shirt, please go to t-shirtmill.com. T-shirt will be available during Friday's home game against Highland at Regina. Again, get your Blue Crew Spirit Club t-shirt at t-shirtmill.com and support our Blue Crew and all of our Spirit Club and help the students and Iowa City Regina as they go to celebrate their homecoming. And good cause, good opportunity. Homecoming will be a little bit modified this year, obviously, with COVID-related activity, but we've been very blessed so far to get all of our ball games in and not having to delay, knock on wood. So the Regals on the right side of your computer screen are set to kick off once again, Tim, with 9:13 left going in the first quarter.
And this is Wick who kicks it off. It goes down to about the 5-yard line, taken there by the Wildcats. And he is met. First contact there, I believe, by Blake Chambliss and Aiden Udell. And that is a get back up to about the 25. And that's where Columbus Junction will start their next drive.
And when Sam Agenson also went on the stop for the Regals, we start to see some subs even this early in the game. And it'll be interesting. Again, some of these ball games, you got starters and you get their reps, and obviously they're playing time over the course of practice in the week. So
it'll be a good opportunity to get some defensive players, others that maybe get in and see some real game action where that learning and take can help them. Hold back the quarterback, he gives it to number 34, Amga, the freshman, and he again shows some good toughness. Leading rusher for the Wildcats gets about a 7 or 8 yard gain there.
Yeah, I'd say this, though. I'd say the Regal defensive ends both have speed. And again, keeping that contained on both sides is going to be helpful. It would appear that initially Columbus Junction is a sideline type of offense. You haven't seen much up in the middle.
It looks like they are giving him a very favorable spot and a first down there, 10-yard run by Amagon. They've been able to run that to the left side there. Regina's got to figure that one out. Hold back in the backfield. Takes a snap. They give it to Schwab, I believe, the fullback. And he gets a couple of yards up the middle there.
Yeah, you mentioned at the top of the broadcast, they do not pass a lot. And so, it'll be interesting if we just start stacking the box here pretty quick. Again, 5 down linemen, 2 backers, and everybody else covering receivers. But not a lot of action in the air thus far in the contest.
No, they run one of their wingbacks in motion about every play. So they get that kind of confusing action. Similar to, was that how Clear Lake ran as well?
That's right.
Yep. And Pleasant Valley. And this one is given to the swing back coming from the left side this time, trying to go right. And he is met by Gaffey and I think number 79 there for the Regals.
Udell's been wearing 79.
Udell there, sorry. So Udell and Gaffey on the tackle there, and a loss of about 2 or 3 yards. They move him back to the 35.
Udell's been wearing that 79 for a few weeks now. He was confused on us pretty good early in the year about jersey changes.
I'm used to the lower numbers on Aiden Udell. Again, fullback, they got Amagon in motion this time. This time it's a pitch to Schwab. He tries to get outside, does. Gets through the linebacking core of the Regals and into the secondary for a first down out to about the 48 or 49-yard line.
Speaking of Udell, they put him in the right defensive end position, and he just went right to the pursuit angle towards Amagon, the freshman, and missed him, leading to the game. You can hear defensive coaches with their discontent on contain. Again, we're going to get that fixed, but the next run of the freshman of Columbus Junction.
Everything going to the left side is going for about 7 or 8 yards. Everything up the middle and to the right has not been successful for Columbus Junction. They're set up again here in the pistol. Got number 24 in motion, that's right. Fullback throws, and that's intercepted by Blake Chambliss. And he gets about a couple yard return there, but he just waited in coverage and went up and snatched the ball.
Yeah, great athleticism by Chambliss on that play. Came right to him, caught it, tucked it, and got himself a couple yards before being tackled. First and 10 Regals, 6:48 first quarter. Regina 14, Columbus Junction 0.
Regina will take over at, it looks like about the 40, or the 45 or 46 yard line of Columbus Junction. So, first time Regina will be in Columbus Junction territory. They'll return the opening kickoff about to the 45 yard line, and they got called back on a holding call. Didn't get chances to bring some sponsors in there, and this is a timeout, so bring in a couple more sponsors. See, Bankers Advertising in Girard is proud to sponsor the RegalCast. And all Regina athletes for printing and promotional advertising, contact Bob Squires at Bankers Advertising in Girard. Go Regals. Chris Shooter-Lehman with Coldwell Banker Real Estate Professionals is here for all your real estate needs in Iowa City and the surrounding area. LKR Realtors are proud to sponsor the RegalCast. Let LKR Realtors open doors for you and your family. Wishing the best of luck to Regina, and we are proud to support the athletes and students. Dr. Diane Adams is proud to sponsor the RegalCast. Dr. Diane Adams of OBGYN Associates and Radiance Medical Spa invites you to stop by our office in Coralville for a free consultation. And the Jill Armstrong Realty team likes to say they're proud to sponsor Regina and the RegalCast. The Jill Armstrong team will treat you like family, making your priorities theirs. And we, about halfway through this first quarter, Regina, with what will be their third possession here, and already at 14-0, they've had the ball for approximately 35 seconds.
Yeah, that's about right. We're going right to left on your computer screen. We do have Quinlan and Wick both in the game at the bottom of the screen. We're setting ourselves up with Colby in the backfield, and away we go here, Tim.
Cook has got the split two on each side of the formation receivers. They spread it around here. Who does he go to this time? Cook goes down the middle of the field for Quinlan, but just overthrows it by about 5 yards there.
And he had all day long. He could have taken a half on that one. Nice job by the Regal line. The Regal line is really overmatching the Columbus line. I think that Columbus line's given up at least 30 pounds a man. Again, they're young from a roster perspective in the line position, so that's to be expected. Veteran Regal line really looking good so far in this contest.
Looks like they're going to go three to the top of the formation. That's Jensen, Aitchison, Quinlan. Wick out here, single coverage underneath. And they give it to Coley. Nope, Cook is going to keep it. He goes to the right side, gets around the tackle, just tripped up. And about a 6 or 7 yard gain for Ashton Cook on the run.
Yeah, the tackle was Caden Himmelgarn. And again, you're going to hear that name over and over again. He's playing both sides of the ball. Maybe one of the best athletes that the Wildcats have.
39-yard line for the Regals, facing 3rd and 3 here. Cook this time they got the 3 wide receivers to the bottom side of the formation, the far near side of the field. They do give it to Coley, who's right in the middle, untouched. He's got the first down, tries to get around to tackle, and does, but then a little bit, Columbus Junction gets 3 or 4 guys to get him to the ground. The officials blow it dead there. First down for Regina at about the 15-yard line.
Yeah, Garrett Palmer for the Wildcats got a hold of his ankle. I think that Theo dragged him maybe 3 yards, pulling him behind on his ankle. So take a close Wildcats to bring down Coley, look for him to continue to get the ball.
Again, the line just pushing the Wildcats out of the way. Coley not touched till about 10 or 15 yards down the field. Cook again. 3 wide receivers split to the left of the field. Cook takes it, looks, fires it to Quinlan, who's a little bubble screen, is going to run through a few. Wildcat gets close to the goal line, but I think down about the 1 or 2 yard line.
Nice block right there by Schettler on that pass, creating a seam for the receiver.
Regals catching it in space pretty easily and then being able to make some moves and make the Wildcats miss. It's going to take a couple Wildcats to bring down the Regals there. Regina's going to go spread here. Wick to the very far side of the field. Jensen in the slot. No, sorry, that's Aitchison in the slot. They give this on an end around to Quinlan, and he's going to be brought down. And nope, into the end zone for the touchdown on the far side of the field, they call it. And he got into the end zone.
Touchdown Regals makes it 20-0 here in Columbus. 5:12 left to go in the first quarter. We're waiting the extra point.
2-yard touchdown run there for Quinlan. This time it'll be Andrew Denninger out to kick for the Regals. Snap, hold, and the kick is up and good.
Nice kick by Andrew.
Yep. Jack Tierney on the hold there.
Yeah, nice job out of the Regals. We'll go ahead and check our email. Again, 5-12, 21-0 here in the first quarter. Obviously, we're on a race to get to the running clock. And also a great opportunity for our young guys to get into this ball game. Fans are starting to get into it here around the stands. Again, as we described, the scene here in Columbus Junction, Tim and I are in a bird cage. We're essentially in a livestock cage underneath the visiting side press box. So we'll have to send a picture out to all of our friends and supporters. And again, thank you for all you do from a supporter perspective. All of our sponsors, all of our folks who go on to Regina.org to donate. We also appreciate our friends up at Regal YouTube. We also have Regal Cast coordinated with YouTube, which has been a nice development for all of our fans all across the country to be able to listen in and also watch the Regals in real time.
Travis Richter, our choir teacher, checking in, saying go Regals, eat pizza. 5-12 to go here, Regina with 21-0 lead. We are ready to go here as Denninger will be the kicker here. On the kickoff, he runs up, boots it. This is going to go down to about the 15-yard line. Handled there by Bright. He tries to go to the right side, gets through an arm tackle. Still on his feet, but is brought down at the 30-yard line. The
Run. I think Coach Dumont's got him moving around to try to isolate him on that 34.
I'm sorry, I've been saying Schwartz. It's Schwab. Will Schwab, the senior, number 44, is the fullback behind Hobeck, the sophomore quarterback. This time it's Bright in motion, and they give it up inside to Schwab, and he is going to get a couple yards there. Tried to bounce it out to the left side, but is stopped by the Regals.
Yeah, the way the Columbus Junction has this offense set up, it reminds you of the 1990 Colorado Buffaloes, and a little bit of an option play, a little bit of a veer play, and it's not working for them right now. Defensive line penetration has been excellent for Regina thus far.
If you're just joining us, Regina 21-0 over Columbus Junction here. 3:21 to go in the first quarter. Columbus Junction facing a 3rd and 20. They are not a very proficient passing team with this spread, sort of wishbone offense, and they are going to try to hand it to Schwab again. A little bit of a bobble on the snap and handoff, and he is met in the backfield for a loss, and it will be 4th and about 23. I think they're going to mark this down at the 17-yard line.
Yeah, punt return coming in. Connell, you see Connell coming in. You see Gavin coming in. I see a host of other Regals on the kickoff return team. Score at Wapsie Valley up 23-0 on Postville, and that's a first quarter score. We'll be watching that game along with a host of others. And we'll give you a lot of scores during our halftime conversation.
Levi Quinlan back for the punt. Bright punts it, high punt, end over end. Quinlan does field it at the 50, gets away from two tacklers, gets off to the left side, almost pulled down at about the 30-yard line, then is pulled down at the 24-yard line. A bunch of flags come flying in there at the end. I think they're going to get a block in the back on Regina was a preliminary call. A good return by Quinlan of just over 25 yards. He fielded it right at the 50, made a couple guys miss, got out to the left side of the field, made a couple more guys missed, but the block in the back is going to negate some of that return. It was right at the end of the run.
All right, here we go, Regals.
2:18 to go here in the first quarter, and Regina is still going to start in very good field position. They get it at the 34-yard line of Columbus. Second straight drive, Regina will start in Wildcat territory.
I'd like to see a screen here, Tim. I haven't seen a screen yet. I've seen one big pass by Ashton that was overthrown by about 5 yards. I've seen some running by Theo. I've seen some out passes, but I'd love to see a screen.
Little screen call here for Ed Wallace. We got Chambliss, Aitchison, and Quinlan going to the top of the formation. Wick to the bottom, and Coley in the backfield, and they're going to call a delay of game penalty on the Regals.
And keep in mind, you know how we don't have the clocks at Regina? They do not have the clocks in the corner here at Columbus Junction. And I got to tell you, I think in the future here we're going to see clocks in all different ball fields across the state.
I know there's some conversation that first home game about whether or not the back judge should be given a signal. Cook takes the snap here and throws it low, and it bounces it over to, I believe, Quinlan, and that's going to be incomplete.
Yeah,
second and 15 here for the Regals.
Second and 15. Ashton's a little upset with himself. He had a clear shot right at him and kind of put it at his knees.
Trip set to the top here. Wick, bottom side of the screen. They're going to give it to Coley. He goes right through an arm tackle, gets off to the right, and is out into the open field. One tackle, two tacklers finally get him down at about the 15-yard line there for Regina.
Great downfield block by Chambliss, number 34, about 10 yards down the field, and a nice stock block there, allowing Theo to have additional yardage. Love it when you see those blocking schemes develop downfield.
Theo did break a tackle at the line of scrimmage. First time he's kind of been touched in the backfield, but or close to the line of scrimmage, broke it out to the right, and took a couple Wildcats to bring him down. Regina with a 1st and 10 at the 15 here for the Regals. Cook with the pass, and there's the screen out to Coley. He gets it in the flat on the left side, and he's going to go around the corner for a Regina touchdown.
Wow.
Another touchdown for Coley on the 15-yard screen pass.
27-0, 1:36 left to go in the first quarter. Extra point coming in an overmatched Columbus Junction team looking to find a way here. We'll see that. What do we got to get to halftime for running?
Nope, I think it's in the first half if you get to 35 points up. I think it might be second quarter.
Didn't we have a game this year where they messed that up?
I am not sure. I know it's possible. The extra point is blocked as Denninger. I don't know if there's a miscommunication there. It looked like Denninger was a little late kicking that. Don't know if there's a mishandle on the hold, but it is blocked. So it will remain 27-0. Regina here with a 1:36 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, 27-0, and that was a blocked, muffled kick. I think the game I'm talking about is North Cedar. I think at North Cedar we got way up, and they did not do the 35-point running clock until the second half. And I think it became somewhat of a point of contention, not only with fans but coaches alike, trying to figure out what the rule was in the current environment. Keep in mind we have these built-in timeouts for sanitation of balls and getting the student athletes a drink in the COVID land. which is terrific. Again, I've complimented Iowa High School Athletic Association for those type of rule changes. I think it's good for everybody involved, and hats off. So, again, 136, we're up 27-0. The Regals are going to kick off right to left on your computer screen. Columbus Junction trying to find a way to get themselves back in this ballgame.
Denninger approaches the ball, kicks it down to about the 5-yard line, bounces, goes into the end zone there, and that will be a touchback as they fielded it off the bounce. But once it goes into the end zone, it is a touchback.
Yeah, we're starting to see Jackson Mills into the ball game. That's a substitution on the line. I don't know if he's replacing Shetler. I believe he's replacing Shetler at the guard position.
And we got Columbus Junction coming back out again, led by sophomore quarterback Jeff Hobeck. He has not carried tonight. Fourth on the team in carries with 20 carries, but he's been handed off to Amagon and Schwab quite frequently tonight. Bright not so much in the offense so far tonight. They do give it to Schwab up the middle, and he gets a couple before being brought down there by the right end. I believe that's Weiss.
Yeah, and score update, we've got St. Ansgar 7, Mason City Newman 0. St. Ansgar, of course, the home of Matt Sherman, Iowa Hawkeye legend.
A couple scores from around the area. Newell Fonda 7-0 over St. Mary's Remsen. Hobeck in the backfield. They're going to time out here by Regina on the 2nd and 6th play.
Something they didn't like. Something they didn't like. They're going to make an adjustment. Again, 27-0 here with 58 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Additional scores are coming. On national news, President of the United States is at Walter Reed Medical Facility in Washington, D.C. with COVID-19, bringing a lot of national attention on. Mason City Newman grabs a scoop and a score off of a fumble, making it 7-7 with St. Ansgar. St. Ansgar is ranked in Class A. That's why we keep that in mind. Grundy Center in Class A is number 1, and that's the one we really want to keep our eyes on as we go into closer to the playoffs. Again, one more week, Tim, and we're looking at Highland at home for homecoming, and then on to the end of the regular season.
Yeah, and it was announced this week. We'll talk more about this at halftime. The playoff pods this year had the pod concept a couple of years ago. Wasn't real popular, but with the COVID concerns, they're going to try to stick to geographical pods and all the lower classes of football playoffs, and we'll discuss that a little bit more as the Regals trot back on the field here after a quick defensive timeout. Do want to say hello to the Suckamills out there listening, and they have a happy birthday in the family. Terry Suckamill on his birthday. They're not telling us how many, but he's the grandpa of Ethan and Evan Suckamill, two Regina grads, along with their mom, Teresa, Regina grad as well. Guess that would be the father-in-law of Teresa. This is Amagon on the left side, and he goes for a couple yards there.
Boy, he got smashed by somebody. Who was that, 50?
Looks like I see a 50 out there. Number 50, Jackson Marks on the tackle.
Yeah, Jackson Mark, nice job out of him.
And they take it up to about the 26-yard line. Not sure, 30 seconds left to go in the first quarter. They're going to take this from the 26-yard line, 3rd and 5. Regina gets their defense set. Hobeck takes the snap, goes to the right side. He is going to keep it and is not going to find anywhere to run and is dropped for about a 1 or 2. They're going to mark it just at the goal line, maybe a half-yard loss there or at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the physical mismatch here at the end of the quarter is very obvious. Again, 27-0. Regina on top of Columbus Junction here at Columbus Junction on a beautiful Friday night. As we go into the second quarter, Columbus Junction's got to find some offense in order to keep themselves in this ball game and avoid the running clock throughout the rest of the contest.
Let's bring in some sponsors for you in this quarter break here. The J&S Express, your new BP station selling BP Products, located right across the street from Regina. Stop in before or after school. Hertie and Stocker Jewelers has been your local jeweler since 1947. They can help you find that special ring for that special moment, located in the Ped Mall in downtown Iowa City. Towncrest Pharmacy cares more about your health care. Located in Iowa City and Solon, Towncrest Pharmacy is proud to sponsor this broadcast. Best of luck to the boys and girls this season. Sinclair on North Dodge. If you're heading out of town to the big Regina game, stop by Sinclair of North Dodge for any fuel needs. Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning is proud to sponsor the athletes, Regal Nation, and the Regal Cast. For quality that exceeds our customers' expectations, contact Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning. Midtown Family Restaurant offers the family atmosphere and the best food around. Whether you're looking to cater a big or small party, Midtown Family Restaurant can accommodate your next party needs. North Dodge Express is your stop for snacks before or after the big game. North Dodge Express is proud to sponsor the Regal Cast. Beaver Heating and Air reminds you to leave it to Beaver. Whether you're in need of heating or air, contact Beaver Heating and Air for your next project. The Regina Athletic Boosters invite you to become a member of the team. Contact Sean Beard and get involved with supporting Regina Athletics. JJ Nickteen is the preferred farm equipment dealership in the tri-state area. They offer experience, service, part inventory, and long-term commitment. See them in West Liberty, Tipton, Pilot Grove, Mount Pleasant, and Sigourney. And Iowa City Brake handles more than just brake jobs. Stop in for any mechanical or electrical problem, and they will get your car back on the road running like a Regal. First play of the second quarter is a punt from Bright, collected at the 43-yard line by Levi Quinlan. He goes to the right, stutter step, crosses midfield, and gets up to about the 42-yard line of Columbus Junction.
Yeah, good return. Good return by Quinlan. West Branch and Durant are tied 7-7.
West Branch and Durant there, is that what you said?
Correct.
All right. West Branch still in 1A. Got a couple other scores from around the area. Harlan up 7-0 over Crescent Orient Maxburg. That's not really in the area.
Nope.
Tripola, and AGWSR 6-0. Tripola leading that one, and River Valley is down to Harris Lake Park 6-0 in the first.
Tripoli. Maybe it's Tripoli.
Tripoli.
I don't know. Maybe
I think it's Tripola is how they say it, but I'm not sure if that's. And this is, I don't know. That was they faked me out. They had it handed off to Coley, I thought, but Cook kept it. Almost gets sacked, but gets it out to Carson Jensen for a little swing pass, and Cook took quite a hit there. But nice play and pickup by Jensen as he gets through a couple of tackles for a first down.
Yeah, 1st and 10, Regina. 11:40 to go. Up 27-0.
1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Pass play there, and they get them off sides here, I believe. Offsides is going to be the call. The hard count by Ashton Cook there had the line moving early. 1st and 5 for the Regals at the 25 now.
Yeah, the speed on the defense is part of the issue. There's a little bit of a disparity. The size disparity is obvious, but I think that overall team speed is kind of an issue as well.
Marks takes it and ready to hike this back to Cook. Cook fakes it to Coley. They go outside on this little wide receiver screen, and I believe that was to Jensen again for a first down.
Yeah, there were 3 receivers on the left side, and they proved to be blockers in order for Jensen to get the ball and have some yardage.
It looks like they're going to call that 2nd and 1 here as they get down to the 21-yard line. Regina looking over. Cook and Coley in the backfield. Aitchison. I didn't get the third numbers at Chambliss and Wick to the top of the formation. They fake it to Coley on the inside slant. That's bounced again to Jensen and incomplete.
Yeah, that's the second one that he's had. He had that 2 series ago, or a little bit low for Ashton.
Yeah, it looked like maybe aiming it a little bit too much, but has the wide receivers open, just a little bit short on that one for Cook. English Valley's 19, Winfield Mount Union 6 at the end of the first. Wilton now up 16-7 over Beckman. Cook hands it off to Coley. Coley goes through the line, gets through a couple of tackles, and is down to about the 10-yard line. Is that where they're marking him down?
Looks like it.
The yard markers are not very big here at Columbus, and there is an injured Columbus player down on the field. But Regina will have first down and 10, first down and goal at the 10-yard line after this quick timeout for an injured Wildcat. The trainer out there to look at him.
Yeah, we've got, I think we've got an opportunity here to set up some more run. I'd like to see Quinlan run it. You know, and I know we fall in love with watching Theo run it, but as we've been saying throughout the season, Quinlan hasn't done as much in the backfield as we had last year. And I think that's kind of an interesting contrast. They've got him more as a receiver. You think about Duchek last year that graduated, and you think about Becker that moved on. You know, you miss those two receivers, so you make Quinlan a receiver. I'd love to see Quinlan back in the backfield. I love that kind of thunder and lightning that he's got with Theo Coley. But again, we get a little bit selfish when we just run Coley, you know, over and over and over again. And again, the backup now is Danny Gavin, young sophomore, who we see in some of these blowout games.
We'll probably get a chance to see him tonight. Looks like they're one thing I noticed tonight, they're moving around their wide receivers in different positions. Typically, Wick is the one that they solo on either side. Wick out there now, but Jensen on that last one on the inside slant that was just bounced at his feet. But starting to get a little bit of substitution in here, up 27-0 here in the second quarter. Cook is looking, is going towards the end zone, and that one is just a little too high for Jensen. Was that Jensen or in the corner there? No, it was not. Aitchison, nope.
Wick.
Nope.
83.
83.
Yeah, we're not getting it.
We're going through. We're going to get our roster out here tonight. Don't worry, folks. That is Gabe Graff, number 83 in the corner. Tried to raise up for that one, could not. Again, second and goal from the 9-yard line here. For the Regals, up 27-0, 9:32 left here in the second quarter. And this one is handoff to Coley. He's going to go right up the middle, and they're going to mark him down at about the 1-yard line, I believe.
Yeah, maybe the half-yard line. You almost see the linesman's foot in the end zone. Got about a foot, maybe 12 inches, 15 inches.
And Regina will have a scoreboard's calling it 3rd and 3. It's about 3rd and 1 from on the goal line here. Cook is going to, looks like he's going to go under center. Have not seen this all year. This is a little bit of motion is Wick. They're going to throw it to Wick on the little slant. Little, what would you call it? A little bubble screen,
yeah.
A little bubble in. And a quick touchdown for the Regals.
Quick slant. He had a quick slant and touchdown. 8:42. That puts Regina up 33-0. 8:42 left to go in the second quarter with the extra point coming. The hold is Jack Tierney, and the kicker
will be Andrew Denninger. Tierney gets a snap, gets the hold down, and the kick this time is up and good. And it will be 34-0, a block extra point keeping us from the running clock here with 8:42 left to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice job by the Regals right away there. I had a couple miscues on that series, incomplete pass and kind of some stuff run. But then the next thing you know, they find their way back into the end zone. I think you'll start to see, we get into about the 2-minute mark, maybe 3-minute mark of the second quarter, start to see some of this mass substitution.
Regina 34-0 over Columbus Junction, 8:42 left here in the second quarter.
And again, we thank our sponsors, Iowa City Brake, JJ Knighting, Regina Athletic Boosters, Beaver Heating and Air, North Dodge Express, Midtown Family Restaurant, Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning, Sinclair Station, Hertine & Stocker Jeweler, Towncrest Pharmacy, J&S Express, the Jill Armstrong Realty Team, OBGYN Associates and Radiance Medical Spa. We also have LKR Lepic Kreger Realtors, Chris Shooter Lehman, Bankers Advertising and True Art, Locals Love Us, Dale Howard Auto Center, and Jeff Rudolph and your friends at Edward Jones.
A quick shout out to Harry and Marlene Franz listening at home. Harry thinks we got a shot in this one. And this is a kickoff down to the 5-yard line, picked up there by Bright. He tries to make a Regina defender miss, and there's a flag that comes in late on that one.
Well,
About to the 20.
What do you think that was? Late hit?
Maybe a late hit. It didn't look like a late hit, but I don't know if they're going to call Regina. The second tackler there maybe fell on top of him.
Wow.
I'm not sure. It is going to be a personal foul, face mask on Regina. Face mask call there. It is. I know Marlene will appreciate this. Mr. Plummer was making sure that she knew that it is National Principals Month, the month of October. And Mr. Plummer was, I want to thank Marlene and Kara for providing us some lunch today. Appreciate that. As Regina with a 34-0 lead here tonight, and they hand it off to Bright on the end around on the right side, and he stumbles through as tries to get away from a couple Regina tacklers and gets out 5 yards for a 5-yard gain on first down.
Yeah, we're starting to see. We've got the same group out there. We haven't had mass substitutions just yet.
No, Regina, typically they've waited till about 35-0 to start subbing in and out. Still got the starting defense out there. Columbus Junction trying to move the ball. First, had a couple of successful plays, have had a couple first downs, but nothing more than that. This time they give it to Bright, and he gets off to the races a little bit on the right-hand side, but is brought down on the far side by Levi Quinlan, and that will be another Wildcat first down. I think their second or third of the night.
Yeah, nice run by the Wildcat. We got to get ourselves squared up on that side.
That one was a little bit different. Instead of running around the backside of the quarterback, Bright came straight through on the motion, kind of a jet street sweep action. Was able to get outside and pick up 10 yards for the first down, and into Regina territory for the first time are the Wildcats. Hobeck, the quarterback, gives it to Schwab, who goes right up the middle for 2 yards and will be down to about the 41-yard line.
And that was a hard 2 yards. Ran right into 3 Regal defenders and kind of crumpled to the ground. They're going to run no matter what, Tim. That's obvious here. They are not going to live and die being this far down on the pass. They're going to stay with their game plan and stay with their offense and run.
Get a chance to work out that offense against a top-rated defense in Class A, and finally making some hay here on their 5th possession of the game. Hobeck takes it, low snap, and just has to fall on it, and that will be a loss of about 5 yards back to the 45-yard line.
Yeah, good decision by the quarterback. A lot of times you see, especially young players, want to grab that, and they fumble it. Next thing you know, the ball's on the ground, and it's kind of an interesting exchange between the quarterback and Aiden Udell. They kind of shared a couple smiles there. I think Aiden thought he had a clean shot and obviously had to hold up.
And it's 3rd and 11 here from the 45-yard line. Again, Hobeck with Bright, Schwab behind him, Bright and Amagon. They give it to Amagon, who goes around left edge here. Schwab with a nice block for him, and he's going to pick up 7 or 8 yards on that left side before Quinlan and Chambliss and Udell bring him down, and this will bring up 4th and maybe a long 4 here.
Yeah, Aitchison got a little bit snarled up there, kind of turned around blocking, looking to have a little bit of contain to the sideline. You won't see him do that again.
And Columbus Junction going to go for it here. Columbus Community going to go for it. The Hobeck runs in the call on a timeout, and timeout Columbus Community here.
So with 5:30 left to go in the second quarter, Regina up 34-0. here live from Columbus Junction, Iowa on a beautiful Friday night. It's starting to cool down a little bit, Tim. We're starting to feel a little bit of a fall in the air, but no precipitation and a dark black Friday night sky, and I think we're in pretty good shape. The wind is not bad at all, and it's not really a factor in the ballgame.
No, it's a nice night for some high school football. Regina with a 34-0 lead here, 5:30 to go in the second quarter and the first half here. Want to thank Todd Scott for helping us out with the pronunciation. It is Tripola. He grew up in neighboring Fredericksburg. Thank you, Todd Scott. Proud Regina parent, giving us the help on the pronunciation guides there. We appreciate all you listening out there in Regal Land. If you want to let us know where you're listening from, give us an email at theregalcast@yahoo.com. Regina has had 5 possessions, and all of them ended in the end zone. First 2, 72-yard touchdown run by Theo Coley and a 70-yard touchdown pass to Alec Wick. Another touchdown run by Quinlan, another touchdown run by Coley, and a pass from Cook to Wick. So the 4 main Regina offensive weapons, Cook, Quinlan, Wick, and Coley, leading us here tonight.
Yeah, I've got some text message from Wallace's up in Michigan saying that St. Louis and San Diego have no score in the 5th. Baseball, people have to turn attention to baseball, Tim. I'm starting to get into some playoff baseball.
We are, and the Cubs are out of it, so I need the Padres to win tonight, or otherwise Monday will be insufferable with Mr. Plummer in the office.
Ooh.
So go Padres and Tatis Jr. This is given to Bright, who gets around the right side and breaks through the Regina line, but a flag goes down, and he is going to get down to about the 5-yard line. Drugged down by Quinlan, but Bright went around the right end there, broke a tackle, and got into the open field, but I have a feeling this one's coming back.
I do. It looks like a hold, and I mean to tell you that was the best offensive play of the night for the Wildcats. Look for a holding call here.
And we'll see what they got here. Holding on Columbus Junction, so that's going to back them up. On the 4th down play, 4th and 4, they went all the way down to the 5-yard line. That's going to back them up to 4th and 14 now. Ball backed up to the 46-yard line. It'll be 4th and, I'm going to say 13.
Well, the scoreboard's got 4th and 11. So
I would say 4th and 13. If I look at the, we're about three yards behind the initial line of scrimmage there. Timeout here by the Wildcats with 5:10 here. They smelled a little blood there. Thought they might get in the end zone chance here. You know, this is a great opportunity for Columbus. We're not trying to talk down about Columbus. They're a team that struggled. We're a team that's one of the top rated in the state. It's 34-0. But these opportunities for that Columbus Junction team are a chance to see what they can come up with. They're going to see this maybe in the first round of the playoffs, playing a team, someone like that where they need to be able to convert on 4th down.
And to Tim's point, everybody this year makes the playoffs. I mean, we're just like Wisconsin and Minnesota this year, due in part to COVID. The records will not dictate it. Everybody has a chance for postseason success. And to Tim's point, if they can find some success against a top-rated defense, obviously it's something that they can build on. And so,
a young team here at Columbus.
They are young. They are young.
Young team. A lot of sophomores and juniors that dot the roster. Looks like they are going to punt this one away here at 4th and 13 with 5:10 left to go. Chance to see if they can pin the Regina Regals back. A high snap caught by Bright. He looks to try to kick this one towards the corner. It does bounce. Regina gets away to it. A high bounce. It's going to go down at about the 17 or 16-yard line there.
Yeah, good job out of Aitchison and Quinlan getting away from the ball. Took kind of a funky bounce, and both those athletes got out of the way just in the nick of time. So offense is getting itself ready to go left to right on your computer screen. 5 minutes left to go, 34-0. Regina on top here in Columbus Junction. Start to see different players. No, I think we've still got the same unit in. And 83 is coming off, our junior wide receiver.
Gabe Graff is coming off. Quinlan was coming back on. Ashton Cook running out, and it'll be 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. 5 minutes left to go in this first half. Regina with a 34-0 lead. They've had 5 possessions and 5 touchdowns. See if they can add another one here. Cook with Coley in the backfield. 2 receivers split to both sides of the field. Cook sits back, waits, looking for someone. Nobody can find no one open. Scrambles to his left and is going to heave one downfield to Alec Wick, who's wide open, got behind the defense. But as Columbus Junction is caught back up to him, a little dance, a little move. Juke, meets a couple players. Only got about 5 yards with all those jukes, but finally taken down at the 30-yard line.
Absolute bomb by Ashton Cook. He had nothing open, so he just threw it as high and as far as he could and found an open Wick. And now they are on the 30, almost the 32-yard line.
Looks like they're going to put him down at the 31 or 32-yard line of the Columbus Wildcats. Again, Cook had all day to throw down there. They were hoping to set up, I think, a little swing pass out to Coley. Didn't happen. He rolled to his left. Wick had gotten behind the defense, and a great catch by Wick and a great little dance there to get another 5 yards. This time, play is blown dead. Wick was rolling out to his right, and they're going to say false start on Regina. Back him up 3 yards here, 36-yard lines, first and 15.
I think they got Anthony Kamani in there. They pulled out Shetler, put Kamani in. I think Kamani might have jumped a little bit here. He's learning.
Kamani, the new center for the Regals. And gets it back to Cook. Cook sets up the little screen pass to Coley, and he's got room in front of him. Good block down the side, goes to the left side. Flag goes down. He goes into the end zone, but a flag on the left side of the field there. I think they're going to get a hold out there. It was beautiful setup screen there that you were calling for earlier.
Or was it a man downfield?
I think the preliminary call from the side judge there was a hold.
Okay. Sometimes on those, yep.
It was downfield, so about the 25-yard line is where they're going to call it. So I think this will just back them up to the original, not necessarily the original line of scrimmage, but where it was the line of scrimmage for the last play.
Yeah, that was definitely the screen I was looking for.
They're going to move it to the 35 here. So Cook in the backfield, Wick at the top. Cook goes out to his right and throws a little pass out there. Caught and by Blake Chambliss right at the sticks for a first down at the 19-yard line.
Yeah, nice job out of Chambliss jumping up and elevating to get that ball over the top of the defender.
Nice a little pass there by Ashton Cook. Moving to his right is not, as a left-handed quarterback, squared his shoulder, threw a nice ball. He's been good on the run tonight.
That's something they work on every day in practice, is doing that.
Cook with Coley behind him in the shotgun. He does give it to Coley. Good block there on the left side. Wide open hole, and Coley is going to squirt through for the Regina touchdown.
Man, that was a parting of the seas.
And left guard there, I believe, was that Udell or Gaffey that sealed that corner, let him cut inside, and a great run by Coley for the touchdown.
Yeah, that was Gaffey.
Was it Gaffey? Okay.
Yeah, a nice seal block there, and he had a parting of the seas, and like you say, I've said this before, 18 inches is all's needed, and all of a sudden, bam, Coley's through the hole. He had much more than that.
3:18 left to go here in the second quarter. And Denninger will kick the extra point, and this is up and good. And it will be 41-0. Regina leads here with 3:18 left to go in the second quarter.
And we thank our Regal Cast sponsors tonight, Jeff Rudolph of Edward Jones, Dale Howard Auto Center, Locals Love Us, Bankers Advertising and True Art, Chris Shooter-Lehman, LKR Realtors, OBGYN Associates, and Radiance Medical Spa, the Jill Armstrong Realty Team, J&S Express, Town Crest Pharmacy, Hertine and Stocker Jewelers, Sinclair, Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning, Midtown Family Restaurant, North Dodge Express, Beaver Heating and Air, the Regina Athletic Boosters led by Sean Beard, JJ Knighting, and the Iowa City Break. all sponsoring the Regal Cast tonight and all looking to help interscholastic athletics in Eastern Iowa. So again, setting the scene with 41-0. 3:18 left to go in the second quarter. The Columbus Junction band, that would be a pep band or a marching band? That'd be a marching band.
That'd be a marching band down there.
Yeah, marching band is in the track high jump pit ready to go. And the kickoff for Regina.
That's Denninger kicking it off. It goes down. Bright takes it at about the 10-yard line. It goes up the left side. Makes a couple of Regals miss. Gets out to the outside and gets it up to about the 33-yard line. There's a flag down. And another flag comes flying in.
Well, I don't know. What is that?
I had no idea. It was behind the play. Well, I don't know if they were talking or if there was some extracurriculars going on. We'll see here.
Boy, that just came out of nowhere.
Looks like it's a hold. A hold on the Wildcats.
Man.
So that's going to back them up from the 26-yard line from there back down to the 16.
Well, they had a nice return. I mean, that was a kid had a juke move and whatever, and then, of course, they neutralize it and move them back all the way to the right of your screen if you're watching or listening on the computer.
Looks like it'll be first down at the 16-yard line for the Wildcats. Johnny Bright there had a nice little juke move. He had the big run that was called back on the hold, too, for the Wildcats. This time he goes in motion. It looks like Hobeck's going to swing a little pass out to him. Gaffey was not fooled, stayed home, and takes him down for a loss on the play.
Man, he launched him. Gaffey looked like he launched the back on that reception. St. Ansgar's up 20-14 on Mason City Newman. That should be an interesting game to keep tabs on.
They're going to mark that one down just a yard back. Second and 11 here for the Wildcats. Hobeck, the quarterback still. Bright goes in motion left to right. They try to hand off to Schwab and mishandle of the snap there. Hobeck has taken himself, gains about a yard. Back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, and a sincere thanks to Ray Colony for helping us out as we keep track of all these different scores. Hats off to him.
Halftime score here, Wilton 16, Beckman 14. 42-12, Wapello over North Cedar with 7:30 to go in the second quarter. Along with that, St. Albert on the west part of the state up 20-0 over Tri-Center. This time it is Amagon in motion. He gets the jet sweep handoff, but no one was going to Carter Rios, I believe, sticks him there for a loss on the play.
And Durant is up 14-13 on West Branch with 3:19 left to go in the second quarter. And I think Sugar Ray Gilmore and Ryan Eckhoff have that call, I believe.
Is it at the little Rose Bowl there in West Branch?
If you wish to call it that.
It is 1:01, 1 minute left in the first half here. And 4th and 11 for the Columbus Wildcats. Not sure if they're going to take a timeout here. They don't look like they're setting up to punt.
Well, you're more than welcome to call it Butch Peterson Field.
Sorry, what was that again?
You could call it Butch Peterson
Last game
Field.
you and I had there, Ed, was pretty exciting. I'm going to say that. We had a little bit of fun a year ago. A little bit colder that night than it is tonight, but we got warmed up pretty quickly.
I mean to tell you, I couldn't feel my fingers for a day. That was something else. And then, of course, we didn't have any press box availability. I don't know how that happened.
No, well, we were pre-COVID times. A big matchup last year, Regina going over to West Branch and beating them at a chance to go back up to the Dome. And 41-0 here, 41.1 ticks left on the clock. They called a timeout, did Columbus Community here, looking at 4th and 11 from their own 15-yard line. Probably looking to punt this one away to the Regals. I did see Gentry Dumont and Ashton Cook playing catch down there. Gentry, one of our backup quarterbacks, probably looking to get in some action here in the second half. Regina has 6 possessions and 6 touchdowns, kind of what we expected tonight, Ed. Spreading around to their playmakers. Coley, I believe, now has 2 or 3 three touchdowns on the night. Wick has 2 and Quinlan has 1. It'll be interesting to see what comes out here in the second half, but Regina trotting back on the field here with their punt team. Quinlan back, and it will be Bright to punt.
Yeah, I'd like to see 2 hard-working kids, Jack Tierney and Gentry Dumont. Love to see them in the second half.
Sure, the coaches will be subbing pretty heavily here in the second half. Snap is high. Bright gets it, kicks it. Quinlan is going to let it bounce at about the 46. It goes, keeps bouncing. It's going to roll dead about the 36-yard line. 10-yard bounce there for, and we do have running clock, so 41 seconds. The clock is just running down. I doubt that Regina will snap this one.
No, they're done with the half.
Nope, timeout. Oh. Looks like they are going to reset the clock. I thought they were letting it go on the running clock, which I believe should be the right call.
Yeah, so you think that maybe they're saying you can't do it until the second half?
The officials are saying that. It looks like they said 35 seconds on the clock. It might be the change of possession should stop it at 35. I believe change of possession does stop the clock. And Ashton Cook will go out there. 1st and 10 for Regina. This might be their possession where they don't score. It'll be at the 36-yard line with 35 seconds left to go in the half.
I look for a handoff here.
Coley in the backfield. Cook takes it. He drops back. They're going to look deep here. And they got Coley down the middle. And Cook overshoots him just a little bit. A little bit of hesitation there by Coley. A little bit of and just a little bit overthrown by Cook. Either way, it's an incomplete pass for the Regals, and the clock is now running. Coley's going to come back. And 3 to the bottom half of the screen. 8 seconds to go. 7, 6, 5. Will Regina get the snap off? 3, 2. They get it off. Cook is looking to his right. Throws it deep to Quinlan. And again, just overshoots Levi Quinlan going down the field. And that'll be it for the Regals at half. Regina at halftime up 41-0 over the Columbus Wildcats.
Wow. Quite a half for Regina. Quite a half, scoring just about every possession. Also playing good, solid defense. And weight and obviously experience. So Columbus Junction's got some young kids that are developing and that type of thing. And I think Columbus may be, is this a homecoming scenario here, Tim? Might be.
Yeah, it might be a homecoming. Looks like they're lining up here. Looks like parents are coming out as well.
Senior night.
Maybe senior night. They have their whole football team. It's parents' night is what they're calling it. So thanking the parents for all the rides to practice and uniform games. Kind of a nice night here. As they're going to name all the football players and their parents here at halftime as Regina walks off. Regina 41-0. I'm going to recap you here real quick, and then we'll get some scores from around the area, and we'll talk a little bit about how the game is progressing for the Regals. Regina took the opening kickoff, and first play from scrimmage was a 72-yard run right up the gut from Theo Coley, who went 72 yards untouched for the Regina touchdown for a quick 7-0 lead. Columbus Junction came back and punt 3 and out for Columbus Junction. They punted and got Regina down to their own 30-yard line on that pass play. Ashton Cook, a 70-yard TD pass to Alec Wick for a quick 14-0 Regina lead. A little bit of first down for Columbus Junction as they moved it to the 47-yard line on their next drive. But then Blake Chambliss with an interception on the first passing attempt for Hobeck of Columbus Junction. Regina then struck 3 plays later with a Quinlan 2-yard TD run to make it a 21-0 Regina lead. Another 3 and out led to Regina taking over at the Columbus Junction 34-yard line, and Coley took a 15-yard screen pass into the end zone for a 27-0 lead with 11:36 to go in the first quarter. Sorry, 1:36 to go in the first quarter. Columbus Junction again, a 3-and-out. Ashton Cook hooked up with Alec Wick after a short 42-yard drive on a 1-yard touchdown pass to make it 34-0. Columbus Junction put together their longest sustained drive of the game, got into Regina territory, a 7-play drive, and then punted it down to their own to the 18. Regina took over there, and Theo Coley, 5 plays later, took it in for a 19-yard TD run, 41-0 Regina. And then Columbus Junction again, another 3-and-out. And then Regina threw a couple long passes there, but for no completions. As we get to halftime, Regina 41-0 over Columbus Community.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with how they're doing their parents' night here in Columbus. They've got the athletes about 15 yards away, and then the parents spread out across the field, and each kid gives their parent, guardian, or loved one a hug. And then they retreat back to their previous position, and of course the crowd's going nuts about it. And just a terrific pageantry here of high school football, celebrating again, as Tim pointed out, all the parents that do all the hard work and getting the student athletes where they need to go, from being youngsters to being here in the high school game. So just a really dominating first half here, Tim. And it's one of those things where you look to add depth in the second half. You look for a lot of those kids that are younger to play. Maybe it matches up a little bit better, in the second half as far as the physicality is concerned. So far Regina's kind of had their way. But there have been some spots, though. Ashton's missed a couple throws that I know he'd like to have back, both on those short screens and those long out passes. We've also had a muffled extra point attempt, and not everything has been perfect. We've seen some laundry on the floor, here in Columbus on both sides. But generally speaking, I think Columbus has had more penalties, through the first half of football. So hopefully we continue to see, obviously, Regina be able to have their way, but add that depth.
Yeah, just watching the Columbus community players over there, they go through and they get a picture with their parents, and a lot of football players just want to run off the field. Okay, I got the picture. Let's go into halftime. They're sitting there taking a moment, thanking their mom and dad, talking to them before walking off. The cheerleaders being honored there as well. And we will have a halftime performance here by the band as they come onto the field. A great first half for Regina. Not especially clean. While we've had some big scoring plays and some good some misses there on the offensive side, but you can't complain up 41-0. Setting up unless something really strange happens tonight, Regina will capture at least a share of the district crown, and facing Highland, who I believe is 1-4 on the year, and this Columbus team beat them earlier in the year, so looking like a homecoming foe that Regina won't have too many problems with next week. We do have a full slate of action over homecoming. Our annual junior versus senior games will be Friday or Sunday night. We will have a football game between the junior girls and the senior girls. And I didn't get the time written down. I forgot what time that started at. I will look that up in a second here. the volleyball game between the juniors and the senior boys will take place after the flag football game on Sunday night. Bunch of dress-up days throughout the week. We will announce the homecoming court as the seniors voted for today. We'll announce that on Sunday as well. And then Regina will have a whole slate of activities for the students who are in session on Friday around campus. We've got some kickball going on tonight. It's going to be a beautiful day next Friday, 74 degrees it looks like. Hopefully that forecast holds out, along with the third annual fight for the Regina Spirit Tire between the VIA classes in the junior high and the grade levels in the high school. That will take place on Friday. No homecoming dance this year, but we will announce a homecoming king and queen on Friday night as well. But we're into 6 weeks of school where things are chugging along and having a great fall.
Yeah, no question about it. Sunday is the final day to order the Blue Cruise Spirit Club T-shirt. To view the design and order your shirt, please go to tshirtmillic.com. T-shirt will be available during next Friday's home game, distributed out and about. I did get a note here from Mr. Plummer. It's 6 o'clock on Sunday.
Nice job. I don't know how he heard that one.
Yeah, he's paying attention.
He's
to you,
paying
Foley.
attention down on the. He must be listening to us.
Yeah.
Down there on the field. He doesn't get enough of my voice all day.
I think he's just keeping an eye on you, Foley.
He's either got me bugged or mic'd or something, but he's listening to us in some way.
Yeah.
As he gave us a wave, as we mentioned him there. But yeah, 6 o'clock on Sunday, we'll start our homecoming activities. Want to give a quick shout out to all the teachers and staff and everybody. Today was Custodians Day. Want to thank them for all their hard work in getting the year ready to go. Our teachers have put in a lot of work, so has our staff all around school to get things ready to go this fall, and we're having a great fall with it. Couple scores from around the area. Independence up 14-7 over NFW. Waco trails Montezuma 12-34. Halftime from Tipton. Tipton and Macokota tied at 14. Wapello in a district score 49-12 over North Cedar in the second. And Meepo trails Sigourney 14-7.
Mediapolis, home of Sportscast, and our broadcast sponsors helping us bring the Regal Cast to you each and every Friday, and doing the simulcast, which I always enjoy, helping out with other communities as we go to bring technology to everyone that wants to watch or wants to listen. I think we'll see more of this as time goes on, Tim, as we get through COVID and get through the pandemic. More of our folks can see the ball game on the YouTube and listen to us on the Regal Cast. And obviously the numbers are exploding because there's fewer folks coming to the games, and we certainly understand that. Sure appreciate your support, and more importantly, appreciate your support of our sponsors, each and every day across Eastern Iowa.
Yeah, we thank Danny Davis and Alyssa back in the Sportscast Media booth as they keep us live and over the internet to you. Each week, we will have playoff volleyball and football action as it takes place throughout the fall here. Depending on where Regina will play for volleyball, that will be interesting. It might be a simulcast, might be one of us doing that call. But football looking to get probably 3 or 4 home games in before hopefully heading up to the Dome. Yeah,
and I'll tell you what, one big score to report from the Highway 1 battle. Solon is up 21-7 on Mount Vernon at halftime.
It's a there's an article in the paper this week, Brad Meeker versus Jared DeVries that's helping out with one's at Mount Vernon, one's at Solon. 2 longtime NFL players coming back and helping local communities. It's nice to see.
Aaron Campman.
That's those AP guys get a little bit confusing to me, but Campman helping out, and Meeker as well. Meeker, I believe, a UNI grad that went on. Was he a UNI?
Yeah, Brad Meeker was a terrific player for UNI that went on for a long career with the Jacksonville Jaguars. And, of course, we remember Aaron Campman and his time with the Green Bay Packers. Jared DeVries, of course, we saw earlier this year when he was head football coach at Clear Lake. And he spent over a decade with the Detroit Lions on some really abysmal Detroit teams. But he was a stalwart on defense. And obviously those AP guys are just something else. And they give back to their communities. And really that's a testament to the late Ed Thomas and all the good work he did, in attributes of that community.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, announcement came out earlier this week from the Iowa High School Athletic Association. They're going to go to a pod format in the 6 rounds of the playoffs, so it'll be basically 3 rounds of 2. Podding groups up geographically at first, trying to avoid some first-round district rematches, but in each class it's kind of hard, depending on your section of the state, how many A teams are around you. But basically they'll pod up the first 2 rounds, so Regina there will be 5 byes in the Class A field. Regina is sitting at number 2 in the state, although the state does not use those rankings to determine anything. They probably, resume-wise, we're going to probably end up looking at 5-1 with the 1 loss coming to what will most likely, if Pleasant Valley keeps winning the way they have been, be an undefeated 4A squad, a top 5 team in 4A. Grundy Center has had some impressive wins, still holding that number 1 slot. in the Gazette KCRG poll. But Regina looking to hopefully get a bye, then host a second-round game, probably at home. Then they'll reseed again, see who's left geographically to play at that point. Probably maybe seeing a Lisbon again, maybe seeing a team, another A squad close to us in the area that's going to be a little bit tough in that third or fourth round, the quarterfinal round being that fourth round before heading up to the Unidome for the semifinals and hopefully the finals this year. Don't want to get too far ahead of us, but you're not going to be able to kind of figure out your pod until you start seeing who's winning each week. It probably won't be too difficult. You and I could probably select who we're going to play after we see the wins each week. But it'll be interesting to see how they seed it. The A teams are quite spread out once you get down to some of the great teams in the Class A.
Well, and I'll tell you what, that Grundy Center team is one we've really been paying attention to all year, number one in Class A. And really, they're up by 40 points with 3 minutes left to go every single second quarter of every game they've been in. And so that's the one we're going to have to pay attention. They've been a state champion multiple times over. And, the one thing I do think about, and again, I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, but shall we go to the Dome? Yes. What is a dome going to look like? I mean,
and they said that not full capacity, maybe 6,000 to 7,000. Probably for A schools, not. I mean, some of those A schools can fill it up, right? But at the same time, probably 1A, 2A, not going to be able to have everybody up there. But those 4A schools, when they get up there, are definitely going to have to limit sort of who goes up. It'll be interesting to see what I'm curious about. Technically, they've tried to do when they've reseeded in the semifinals, East-West, those sort of things. Will they stick with that? Because Grundy Center and Regina could be the east side of the state. You'd like to see that game hopefully slated, should both keep winning for the championship game. It'll be interesting to see how they do that. I mean, Grundy Center's a 20-minute drive from the Unidome, so it's not going to be too far of a trek for them to get up there.
Not at all. And the thing about it is, these are tough decisions Iowa High School Athletic Association has to make as they try to put this on. Sponsored in part by Farm Bureau and all of the other folks that really help out with interscholastic athletics here in Iowa. I really, really hope they look at the matchups and make sure the communities are squared up. The geographic equation in all of that is everything. If you have communities intermingle and people have contact with each other, this is stuff we wouldn't have even thought about, as much as 6, 8, 10 months ago. And those are the questions that are going to be on hand as they make these pairings, as you indicated. And I think the other part to it is because everybody's in the playoffs, nobody's penalized for having missed a game or having something canceled and that type of thing. Just this week, last night, we were 7th and 8th grade were down at Mid-Prairie. And we were talking to Mid-Prairie personnel, and they'd had the misfortune earlier in the year of having our game called off with them. We had to reschedule and run to Clear Lake, right? So, the communities that are affected, they deal with it, and then they move on and that type of thing. Shout out to our Regina 8th grade, who is heading into Tilt with West Branch on Monday at 5-0. Our 7th grade has also improved dramatically throughout the year, and maybe not the same record, but terrific participation and a lot of kids getting better.
Yeah, I'm the head coach of the Regina Junior High cross country team. I want to take a moment to talk a little bit about some of the other teams. Junior high cross country's had a couple weeks off here. We finish off with 3 meets in 8 days. Just a fun group of kids to be around, and we're excited. We go down to Hillcrest on Monday night when you go over to West Branch, and then we will head to North Lynn with the varsity teams and high school teams on Saturday, and then we have our conference meet. I always like to point out Regina Junior High cross country, the only sport that gets a real true conference title. Football has to play kind of who they can find games with. Regina gets to compete in the River Valley Conference meet for the junior high. The Regina girls cross country team ranked number 3 in the state in the latest team rankings. Annalie Bartles ranked number 5 as an individual. Was up for the Register and Press Citizen Athlete of the Week, and wasn't able to check that today. I told her I would. I was still voting yesterday for her. But Anna Lee has set numerous school records. The overall school record for 5K she set about 2 weeks ago. She set the course record for Regina, at least at the kickers meet this week against West High. Regina came in 7th place there on the girls' side in a 4A, 3A stacked meet. They've done a wonderful job. The boys team improving throughout the year and looking to hopefully grab one of those state qualifying spots as we'll be heading down to Pekin in another 2 or 3 weeks here, just about 2 weeks away for the state qualifying meet. The Regina girls volleyball team picked up a win last night against Louisa Muscatine, winning in straight sets 3-0 over Louisa Muscatine in non-conference action. Another team, they lost a game to another school who had some COVID-related issues, and Louisa Muscatine looking to pick up a game. They came up last night. Regina, I believe, swept them, fresh off JV and varsity, so all big wins there for all levels of the volleyball program. And this, I think, the first week I haven't seen all over Twitter that a big cancellation or a big change on a Thursday or Friday. So hopefully some of the COVID cases starting to go away in the schools, and especially important as we get to this postseason.
Yeah, and then like anything else, we have about 1:40 left to go here at halftime. Regina is up 41-0 as we head into the third quarter. Really want to thank our football and volleyball sponsors, Jeff Rudolph and Edward Jones is your Iowa City financial advisor who can offer you advice on retirement planning and long-term goals. Dale Howard Auto Center in Iowa Falls wants to keep the Regals moving. Best of luck this season. Locals love us. They want to know who you love. Vote for your favorites now at vote@localsloveus.com. Bankers Advertising and TrueArt is proud to sponsor the Regal Cast and all Regina athletes. For printing and promotional advertising, contact Bobby Squires at Bankers Advertising and TrueArt. Go Regals. Chris Shooter Lehman, Class 85. Coldwell Banker Real Estate Professionals here for all your real estate needs in Iowa City and the surrounding areas. LKR Realtors are proud to sponsor the Regal Cast. Let LKR Realtors open doors for you and your family. Wishing the best of luck to Regina, and we're proud to support the athletes and the students. OBGYN Associates and Radiance Medical Spa, as a well-known supporter of Regina, Dr. Diane Adam is proud to sponsor the Regal Cast. Stop by her office in Coralville for a free consultation. The Jill Armstrong Realty Team would like to say they're proud to sponsor Regina and the Regal Cast. J&S Express is now your new BP station selling BP products. J&S Express, conveniently located right across from Regina. Towncrest Pharmacy cares more about your health care. Located in Iowa City and Solon, Towncrest Pharmacy is proud to sponsor this broadcast. Herteen Stocker Jewelers has been your local jeweler since 1947. They can help you find that special ring for that special moment. Located in the Ped Mall in downtown Iowa City. Sinclair, heading out of town for the big Regina game. Don't forget to gas up and get some road snacks at Sinclair in Iowa City. Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning is proud to sponsor the athletes, Regal Nation, and the Regal Cast. For quality that exceeds customer expectation, contact Kelly Heating and Air. Midtown Family Restaurant offers a family atmosphere and the best food around. Whether it's big or small, Midtown Family Restaurant can accommodate your next party. North Dodge Express, your stop for snacks before and after the game. Make us proud. Happy to sponsor the Regal Cast. Beaver Heating and Air reminds you to leave it to Beaver when you're in need of heating and air. Call Beaver Heating and Air for your next project. The Regina Athletic Boosters invite you to become a member of the team. Contact Sean Beard and get involved. JJ Knighting is the preferred farm equipment dealership in the tri-state area. They offer experience, service, part inventory, and long-term commitment. See them in West Liberty, Tipton, Pilot Grove, Mount Pleasant, and Sigourney. And Iowa City Brake handles more than just brakes. Need your oil change, and how about a mechanical or electrical problem? They can fix it. Let Iowa City Brake diagnose your automobile and get it back on the road running like a Regal. And again, we got 20 seconds to go here at halftime. Yeah, Regals are up 41-0 as we head into the third quarter on a beautiful night here with falling temperatures in Columbus Junction, Iowa.
Yeah, Regina up 41-0. 7 possessions. Last possession coming with just 35 seconds left on the clock. Regina with 6 touchdown drives. A couple of those one-play scores. And it looks like Regina's going to kick off here to start the second half. Columbus Junction will get the first opportunity here. Columbus Junction only able to sustain one drive past a 3-and-out. Did get into Regina territory there with that wishbone offense, looking to maybe get something going here in the second half. We will probably have some substitutions here as well for the Regals as we get going.
I'll tell you what, Keely Hinkle, I appreciate it. She says it's pronounced Trapola. Trapola. Even though it's Tripoli and it's in an I on the spelling, it's Trapola.
Yep.
So we're never going to make that mistake again. Never.
Andrew Denninger ready to kick off here.
Thank you, Keely.
He will tee the ball up here at the 40, and Denninger kicks it down to the 15-yard line, caught there by Bright. He goes running to his right, gets through one arm tackle, but then is dragged down by Blake Chambliss, and they will start at the 28-yard line. Will the Columbus Wildcats?
Yeah, I see Jackson Mills out there. I've seen Shetler in and out of this ball game. I wonder if he's dinged up. Number 75, Caden Shetler, Jr. I think he might be dinged up a little bit, and they're being cautious with him. Seeing a lot of Jackson Mills.
Hobeck will come out in this wishbone formation. Amagon, Schwab, and Bright, his running backs and fullbacks, does give it to the freshman Amagon, who goes around left end. Is met out there by a couple of Regals, but does pick up about 6 or 7 yards on the left end carry.
Yeah, that looked like Jack Tierney. A nice tackle by Jack Tierney.
This will be 2nd and 4 for the Wildcats as Hobeck breaks the huddle here. That left end around run has worked for them throughout the night. This one, Bright in motion. They hand it to Schwab up the middle. And again, the middle has been closed almost all night. The ball comes out, but I believe that Hobeck ended up falling on top of it.
And that was an Aiden Udell special. Aiden got a hold of him, punched that ball out. Terrific form tackle. God, I love watching that kid play. I tell you what, he's got a motor on him. Just like his brother did, he's got a motor.
Moves back to the 31. Luckily, that motor tunes down a little bit during the day.
I tell you what, I like that. I like the motor on Friday nights. I got to tell you.
Aiden, a good kid, good family there, the Udells, and this is Hobeck in the backfield. He's looking to pass, throws it out to the left side, and it's incomplete. I believe that was Bright. Nope, number 33. Sorry, that was 37, Andrew Gonzalez out there on the pass attempt and incomplete. This will be 4th and 8. 9:36 to go. We do have the running clock now.
Yeah, but on that third down, good coverage by Sam Aitchison on that play.
Saw him just run on number 26. I believe that is Andrew Triplett. Bright back to punt. High snap. He does kick this ways back. Carson Jensen getting a lot of bounce. He does touch it, and it's going to be recovered by the Columbus Wildcats. Came up and tried to catch it, and I believe took his eyes off of it the last moment as the Wildcats. No, it is Regina recovered. It was that Aitchison that fell on top of it over there?
Yeah, I think that's right. Number 21 came. Carson had a hard time with that ball. I don't know if he lost it off of his shoulder pad. The next thing you know, it's a live ball. Aitchison saved the day by getting on top of it. 1st and 10 Regals, 8:37 here in the third quarter. 41-0 Regals on top.
They're going to start this drive at the Columbus 29.
I think Tierney's in. Is Tierney in at quarterback?
It looks like Tierney in at quarterback here for the Regals. We'll get the names and numbers as we get going here. It looks like Gavin in the backfield with him. Tierney, a sophomore. Takes the snap, gives it to Gavin. He goes up the middle, steps through a tackle, tries to break it to the outside, picks up a nice gain up across the 40-yard line to the 42.
Yeah, nice solid run by Danny Gavin. You know, early in the year he was running upright, and they've really, really worked on that in practice, getting him closer to the ground and getting him forward.
A roll to his left, steps up into the pocket, throws a strike, and just through the hands of Gabe Graff Good throw there by Tierney. Just Graff could not pull it down.
Yeah, Jack warded off a defender, almost had him. A nice job by the running back to pick up the defender and threw a strike and just happened to go through the hands.
Kamani still in at center. I didn't get the number of the far receiver, trying to find that one out, get that name for you. Tierney takes a snap, hands it off to Gavin, who's met in the backfield by number 22 for the Columbus Junction Wildcats.
And that far receiver is Carter Rios.
Carter Rios in at wide receiver on the far side. Mason Hodges, the senior, comes up and gets the stop and the loss. And it'll be 3rd and about 13 here from the. They're going to spot this one at the 39-yard line. So Regina with the 3rd down, 3rd and long, first of the night. Tierney takes a snap, settles into the pocket. They're looking to set up the screen to Gavin. He catches it. One blocker out in front, makes one miss, but they're going to get a haul. I believe Regina's going to get back, be about 4th and 5 if the holding call doesn't go against us.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I didn't see who had the hold. All I saw was a flag come.
They marked us down 46, but it's going to move us back.
Well, it's good to see some of these young guys get in right away in the third quarter. You know, with the running clock, it moved. The second half moves quickly.
Yes, we're halfway through the third quarter at 6:10 to go here. Regina up 41-0. Jack Tierney, we might get 2 possessions each, and that's about it.
Yep.
Here, Tierney with Gavin in the backfield, 3rd and about 21, 22. Tierney steps back and throws this one deep. He's got Carson Jensen there, and just one step away from a big play there. Tierney to Jensen.
Yeah, nice pass protection by the line on that particular pass play to get Jensen open. Just overthrew him. Jack overthrew him just a tad. I've seen them connect in some of these JV games, though. They've done a nice job that way, Tierney to Jensen.
And we will get a punt here from Andrew Denninger. We'll say special teams we need a little bit of work here.
That's Wakel. That's Wakel jumping in on the punt.
Regina in the game earlier this year, and this is blocked. I don't know if that hit the back of the Regina player or picked up there by Wakel. Tries to make do with it. I think it got blocked, and Regina picked it up, but it will be Columbus Junction ball.
I think so. He kicked it in the back of his own player, and then they recovered it. You know, puts Columbus in terrific field position. 1st and 10, going left to right on your computer screen. 4:40 left to go in the third. Regina up 41-0. And they are on. They're going to spot that ball maybe on the 30.
Looks like they're inside the 20, inside the 30 there, 24-yard line. It looks like they're starting at.
Yeah, 24, 1st and 10.
So Columbus Junction with a golden opportunity here to get on the board. Regina 41-0. The lead here in the second quarter. They're going to hand it to Bright on the jet sweep, and he gets through one and then tries to bowl over number 12 there for the Regals.
That's Gentry Dumont.
Gentry Dumont gets in his way and tackles him, but a big pickup there for the first down to the 9-yard line is where they're going to mark it. 15-yard gain for Bright on the jet sweep.
Yeah, that dinged up Dumont just a tad. 34 on the Columbus with a nice block on that play.
41-0, Regina leads. Hobeck in the backfield. 1st and goal. This is Schwab Amagon around the left end, and he gets about 5 thrown back by the Regal D.
Nice job on the block, and he's a hard runner. And, you know, think that kid's a freshman. I see a bright future ahead of him.
Well, the Hobeck is a junior, as a sophomore. Schwab is a senior. I believe Bright is a senior. But Amagon, as that running back, has an opportunity to be a really good player for him, number 34.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that name going forward.
Hobeck, 2nd and goal from about the 5 or 6 yard line. That snap is dropped, and Hobeck just has to drop. Does stay on top of the ball, and he'll back them up. It'll be 3rd and goal from about the 10 or 9 yard line.
Yeah, this is really where you want them. If you're Columbus, you want them to have an opportunity to score now. Really good field position. What do you call on 3rd and 9, Tim?
They have not had much success passing the ball. They have had a little bit of success running around that left end. That's when they've, I would say Bright has that speed. Came around on that jet sweep before. A little more spread out today. They're going to give it right up the middle to number 44, Schwab, and he is going to take it in. No indication. Touchdown there for Schwab, the senior, getting the touchdown here to put them on the board, 41-6.
Yeah, and you hear a loud audible over with the Wildcat crowd. That got them out of their seats. And touchdown, Columbus Junction, 2:15 left to go in the third, awaiting the extra point or 2-point conversion. Not quite sure yet.
I think they're going to come out and kick it. That was a nice run up the middle. Some good blocking by that line. Regina does have some substitutions in on both sides of the ball, but still some starters in there helping out with this younger team. They are going to go for 2 here. Hobeck with 2 wide receivers, 1 split to either side. They pitch this one to Schwab. He's going to try to get out of a diving tackle, and he is in for the 2-point conversion. So 41-8 with 2:15 to go here in the third quarter, and that is going to be stop the running clock for the time being. So 41-8 here, and any other scores from around the area?
We're going to have to report our own. On that 2-point conversion, Blake Chambliss, a nice tackle right out of bounds, but the runner ended up in the end zone. Starting to see other kids work out, warm up a little bit on the sideline, but I don't see all the starters coming back in. Probably skill position starters will stay out as we blow through this second half.
Yeah, it's almost it'll slow down a little bit here now that not the running clock, but it'll also give some of these younger players that are going to get in for Regina time to gel a little bit, maybe get a couple more opportunities than they would with the running clock. They got Quinlan and Jensen back deep for the kick here. Do you go onside?
I don't think so. I think they're going to kick it as hard and as far as they can, try to stay in their lanes and cover as well as they can.
If I was the coach in Madden, this would be an onside kick, but this is going to go down. Going to be caught by Quinlan, I believe, and he's going to scoot up the middle.
That might have been Jensen.
Was it Jensen? I couldn't remember which one was on which side down there.
Jensen was on the
They're
left.
about the same size. It was Jensen.
Nice
and he gets up to about the 37-yard line.
Yeah, nice return. Good block by Connell on the return. Connell, a special teams guru for the Eagles this year. Oh, they are going to bring Ashton back.
They do bring Ashton Cook back in the game. 2:09 to go here in the third quarter, 41-8. They do have the starting receivers out there and Coley. Cook takes it. Takes the snap, fakes it to Coley, gets it out to Wick, who has to go to his knees to catch it. It is caught for a 5-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 7.
Yeah, 3rd and 7.
Be 3rd and 7 from about the 39-yard line. This time it'll be Quinlan, Jensen, and Aitchison to the top, Wick into the bottom part of the formation. Coley in the backfield. They're going to give it to him. He's going to squirt up the middle and break into the open field just past 50 down to the 40-yard line, just over the 40 to the 38.
Yeah, nice run by Coley. again, as I'm always saying, he's got those legs and thighs up to his chest, and he's got the big arm swing motion. And really, sometimes all the defenders can do is grab his legs and ride it. And that was the case on that play. Again, 1st and 10.
52 seconds to go here. Wick and Jensen to the short side of the field, spread out. Cook drops back, fires it over to Aitchison in the flat on the right side, gets through a couple tackles, gets through another tackle, stays on his feet, down to about the 11-yard line. Nice play after the catch by Sam Aitchison.
Boy, I think Sam Aitchison wanted a touchdown on that one. He literally, he had 3 different defenders try to bring him down, and he bounced all 3 of them. Very, very impressive extra yardage after the catch by Aitchison.
If he hadn't been tripped up a little bit by the second or third guy, might have been able to squirt past the last one there, but Cook takes it at the 11, gives it to Coley, who goes around left end and is going to get into the end zone after the diving tackle attempt down there by number 2, but that's going to be a Regina touchdown by Theo Coley.
Touchdown Regals, 15 seconds left to go here in the third quarter, 47-8, awaiting the extra point on the left side of your computer screen.
And this will be Denninger with Tierney to hold. Regina now up 47-8. It's down. The kick is low. Line drive kick, no good. And it's going to remain 47-8.
47-8. 15 seconds left to go. Again, like to see that reserve crew come back in. We had Tierney in at one point. We had Gavin in at one point. We had Kamani in at one point. Get some of those young guys the reps and that type of thing. I do get nervous, Tim. I just get nervous when Coley's in the second half on these big gainers, you know. He's the kind of kid you need, especially down the stretch in the playoff time, that type of thing. But we may have that during this game. We may have that during the Highland game. That's something we're just going to have to be comfortable with. And obviously when you're dipping below the running clock, Marv's okay with, you know, having starters in there. And, of course, once you start the running clock, he wants to have reserves in there. It's kind of a delicate balancing act, Tim. It's one of those things where the coaches have to figure out, you know, what's the threshold of having them prepared versus what's the good depth for their young guys.
Yeah, you can see back up to the running clock now. Going to be probably a quick fourth quarter here. Columbus got some good field position on a muffed, I guess it was not a muff punt, but it was and so this is a kickoff down to Bright, who mishandles it, picks it back up, and tries to bounce outside. He is going to get through the Regina kickoff return team, but gets up to the 41.
Yeah, young guys need to wrap up a little bit. They got a little extra yardage, but they're getting there.
Columbus will take over here at their 41-yard line.
I gotta think at some point here, Jim, we have the Columbus start throwing the football, right? I mean, obviously 2 out of the 3 things that happen when you throw the football are bad, right? We know that, but at the same time, you got this type of ball game where you got a running clock and you're down by 30. What's 47 take away 8?
It's a 39-point lead here.
39-point lead.
They're a running team. They've thrown, 3 or 4 passes tonight, 1 or 2 completions, an interception as well. They're going to give this one to Amagon, who's going to try to get around left end, and gets up for about a 9-yard gain up to the 50-yard line. 49 is where they're going to mark him, still in Columbus Junction territory.
Yeah, we're going to call that name over and over through the years. Amagon's a good one. So that concludes the third quarter, and on to the fourth we go here in Columbus Junction. Crowds have stayed on both sides. Impressive fan support here tonight for our Iowa City Regina Running Regals. Also our friends at Columbus. They've got folks stretched out across their area, distance and the whole bit. So fourth quarter with a running clock, and see what we can do.
Beckman has come back and taken a 28-23 lead over Wilton. I believe that game was 16-14 at one point. East Buchanan leads Northland 22-7. Tipton up 21-14 over Macokota. Riceville leads West Central 40-6. Benton leads Newton 24-6. Washington leads Burlington 49-0. And Cedar Rapids Prairie leads Iowa City Liberty 20-7. Scores from around the area here. We a little bit different being an A. I'm trying to, still trying to wrap my head around which teams are A, which teams are 1A. As the season goes on, it seems like we should only be halfway about, usually an 8-9 game regular season. Now we're at 4-1, game number 6 here, and we're 2 weeks away from the playoffs. So 47-8, Regina leads here, and Columbus Junction will take over second and about 2.
So we got Lake Mills up 30-6 in Class A, number 10 West Fork. And then we got St. Ansgar up 30-28 over Newman right now.
47-8. Hobeck takes the handoff, gives it up to Schwab, who gets the first down, runs through an arm tackle of the Regina Regals and gets down to about the 40-yard line.
Yeah, they were chasing him on that one. They need to get in front and get squared up and shed the blockers. Now we got all young guys. We got all young guys out on the field. No, mostly sophomores and freshmen.
And they're good opportunity for them to make sure that they, in a varsity game here, a lot of them playing JV, or fresh soft games, get a chance to play against a varsity team. Columbus Hobeck will take the call. Bright gets it on the end around and is taken down in the backfield. I want to say number 32 is at
Danny Gavin.
Danny Gavin coming in for the tackle there.
Yeah. Good job.
No gain on the play.
Good job at Danny.
That is just, let's see here, the third first down. They got that last one for the Columbus Wildcats. Timeout by Columbus. Haven't had an email recently. If you do want to let us know where you're listening from and who you're listening for, would appreciate it. TheRegalCast@yahoo.com. Appreciate all you listening out there. Tipton has tacked on another touchdown, up 28-14 over Maquoketa. Almost said Marquette there.
There's a Bellevue Marquette, man.
Let's gonna make sure my roster's handy here. Out there, Anthony Kamani on the line, I believe. It looks like Carson Irving. Again, a chance to play on the defensive line. Chris Weichel out there. Danny Gavin. Trent Gerard. That's the wrong one there. Let me get this roster going. I had it close. Carter Rios out there as well. I believe that might be Drew Streb. He's on the sideline here still. Number 83, Gabe Graff out there on the defensive side of the ball. 25, Seth Lentz getting some action. Gentry Dumont, number 12, out there as well for the Regals. Hobeck facing 2nd and 10. They're going to pitch this one to Schwab, the senior. He is met by Gabe Graff and
form tackle by Chris, and he just had him and then blew the whistle and kind of threw him down to the turf. And I like the toughness in the young guys. I mean, I like this. We're going to get into the game. We're going to take the signals. We're going to play to the whistle. And that's what you want. It looks good on film and gives you an opportunity against some older kids.
Yeah, Caden Shetler in there with Anthony Kamani on the defensive line as well. Yeah, and the defense here is stiffening up. 3rd and 9 for the Wildcats. Hobeck in the backfield. Bright goes in motion. They do hand it to him. He tries to get around the right end. It slips through a couple of tackles and is going to be close to the first down. See where they mark him here. Does he get over the Yep, they do. Get it just over the, down to about the 29.5-yard line.
Yeah, Jackson Hamilton had him, and he just kind of wiggled out. It's one of those things where you just got to hold on to him and ride him. Back wiggled out of Hamilton's, and now we're on for a first down.
First down for Columbus Junction. 9:32 to go in the fourth quarter. 47-8. Regina leads here in the fourth quarter. Hobeck takes the snap, spin around, gives it to the inside man. He makes a nice juke there, but then Gets caught up by a couple Regina defenders, but does get a nice 10-yard gain. And I believe that was the freshman Amagon.
Yeah, they're going to they keep plugging away here.
10-yard gain down to the 19-yard line, a first down. Their longest drive of the game. And it will be, again, it was the Regina punt that went into the backside of a Regina lineman that gave them their first opportunity in the third quarter. Columbus Community took advantage of that and scored their touchdown. Hobeck leading them on a drive here. He hands it off to Schwab, who gets around the outside. Still a spin move and gets out to the outside. Is going to take it in for the touchdown. Schwab with his second touchdown run of the game. Nice little spin move, juke to the outside, and a 19-yard touchdown.
Yeah, he went to the races. He went to the races on that, came around the corner, and got himself into the end zone. I think we had a breakdown a little bit on our pursuit angle on that particular play, resulting in a touchdown for the Wildcats.
Almost had him stopped in the backfield there. Glad they didn't. They probably could have called a hold as our defensive lineman was trying to get away. Couldn't quite get away from the offensive lineman in the back there, but this late in the game kept the flag in the pocket.
Yeah, hats off to Columbus Junction as their offensive line continues to do what they can to neutralize an aggressive Regal defense.
Don't have a number here for 67 with the field extra point attempt, and that's up and good. That is Gabe Alcala, and it is now 47-15.
Yeah, we've got 8:30 left to go in the ballgame, 47-15, and young guys getting in and out and doing okay on their assignments for the most part. But again, they got to match the physicality and do what they can to make sure they're looking good on film and making the plays. A lot of teaching going on. Again, a lot of the young guys didn't have as many JV games as we'd have liked in a regular season. So, getting this varsity action certainly in kind of a blowout is very, very helpful to them. And like anything else, opportunity to grow as we go into Highland next week.
Yeah, defense made some good stops there. Unfortunately, a couple big plays got him going, had him at 3rd down and 9, and good effort by the Columbus Wildcats to keep that drive going from them. Their longest drive of the game, 3 first downs and a touchdown to pull within 47-15. They will look to kick this one off.
And a score update, St. Ansgar 37, Mason City Newman 28 near the 3rd quarter.
Run up here by the Wildcats, kick down. This is going to be Jensen, who takes it at about the 5-6 yard line. He goes to the right, slips through a couple arm tackles, but then meets head-on with a Wildcat defender and gets pulled down just short of the 30-yard line, about the 28.
Yeah, good job out of Carson Jensen going north and south. Earlier in the year, he was doing the east and west thing, and great to have him be a front runner on those returns. Nice return, good form tackle by the defender. And here we go for 1st and 10.
1st and 10. Jack Tierney in at quarterback again for the Regals. And Jensen coming out of the game. Number 14, Carter Rios, spread out wide to the right side of the field. Gavin in the backfield with Tierney. Columbus playing a 3-3 defense. Tierney keeps it, goes to the right side, and is broken out into the open field. It's off to the foot race, across 50 to the 40, down and out of bounds, just past the 40-yard line. Tierney made a late decision to pull that one out of Danny Gavin's gut, but a nice run by Jack Tierney.
Terrific run by Jack Tierney. I love the stiff arm there at the end, right on the sideline. Nice, aggressive, good offensive line movement, great game. I think we've also got a new center, Drew Streb, into the game.
Drew Streb, a freshman, getting into the game. I was going to say it didn't look like Kamani out there. That is Drew Streb. Get the lineman going here too. 54 I saw out there. That's Adam Connell. Tierney in the backfield has Gavin. Pulls it back down, throws it. Just a little bit of a timing error there between Rios and Tierney. Rios just had broken out on that little hook route and could not get it.
Yeah, I've seen them connect on the JV games. They've got good synergy between the two of them, and look to see them again as the clock, 8:06 left to go here in the contest, 47-15.
Tierney in the backfield with Danny Gavin. He's got Gerard and Rio spread to the right. They do hand it off. Nope, Tierney keeps it and runs up the gut here for about 5 yards. It'll be 3rd and 5.
Sooner or later, Danny Gavin's going to grab that ball away from him and start running with it. But like anything else, good job out of Tierney on making the decision, tucking the ball away and being safe with it.
Yeah, Gavin was met with the defender right away, so it's almost like they're fighting over the ball a little bit. Tierney with the decision, though, gets him a 5-yard gain, 3rd and 5. That is triplet to the far side of the field, I want to say, as a wide receiver, and that's a see what it'll be called here. The new center, was that a false start or offsides?
Offsides on the Wildcats.
And that's going to make it 3rd and short here. A penalty moves it down to the 31-yard line.
I wonder if Streb said something to that nose guard. He might have said something to him.
Numbers are not on the roster here, so I don't know all the linemen trying to get their names called as well. Tierney, 7:13 to go. Takes it, keeps it himself to get the first down, and gets down to about the 24-yard line.
Yeah, good hard run. I don't know that the clock's moved on that one, Tim. I'm looking at the clock.
It should be running. It should be running on the snap. Now they start at 7:03.
Yeah, they fouled up that clock on that last one. They didn't do it.
It's Graff and Triplet. We got Streb. We got Connell. We got another couple of 50s out there.
Yeah, and you're starting to see
Ian Udell.
Mitch Whelan starting to call the plays out here. Usually you see Eddie Hinkle. Starting to see Mitch Whelan help out.
Running more of their JV offense. They pull it down. Tierney gets the pass blocked, and it goes backwards, but that would have been a forward pass. That was number 24, Hodges, I believe. On the, Tucker Bright, number 24, knocked down that pass from Jack Tierney. 47-15, 6:28 to go. Clock stops, 2nd and 10 for the Regals from the 25-yard line. Tierney, the quarterback. West Branch still down 21-13 to Durant. And this is a high snap. Tierney falls on it, and Regina's going to lose about 10 yards on the high snap. That's going to go back to the 36-yard line.
You know, Tierney dove on that ball. He didn't just lay on it. He dove for it. He knew it was on the ground. He knew it was starting to roll. That's what you teach. Get on that thing as fast as you can. Again, we always talk about kids want to grab it, pick it up, and go. Good job out of Tierney in a bad situation.
Promising drive here for Regina. Starting to stall, but see if the Regals can rescue it a little bit. 3rd and 22. They're going to set up a screen. They get it to Gavin. Some blockers out in front. He breaks to the middle of the field. He's going to break out to the far side of the field, get for the first down, but flags fly over all the way to the end zone. We're going to have this one coming back. I saw 2 flags come in there. Took a little while to develop. They get it to Gavin. He gets downfield, but about the 20-yard line, there's 2 or 3 flags, and this is going to be a holding call, I believe.
I think Trent Gerard got a little hold of himself. Guy turned on him, and sometimes that happens. You know, I think penalty. Great play though. Well done screen. Just trying to get positioning on the defensive player, and he turned on Gerard, resulting in the penalty.
Touchdown wiped out by the penalty, but actually we end up gaining about 5 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 15 from the 30.
City High, Iowa City, and Linn-Mar are tied at 14 in the second half just started. Durant is still up 21-13 at the end of the third quarter.
Tierney in the shotgun, takes it. That's another high snap. Tierney just falls on it and dives on it. This will be 4th down from about the 40 8-yard line. They're going to mark it down at the 46. So Regina marching backwards a little bit here, and we'll have 4th and long.
Yeah, the nerves are kicking in. That's okay. Now the question is, what do you do on 4th and long? You punt?
47-15, 5:09 to go here.
I've seen Tierney pooch it. I could see him punting here. Again, the clock's
It
going.
looks like they're going to just let this run down and then call a timeout, I'm assuming.
Or take the delay of game penalty.
Oh, nope. Looking like they're lining up for the pooch punt. Columbus Junction not sending anybody back. Tierney in about 10 yards back. High snap. Tierney is going to just have to fall on it. And that's going to be a Columbus Junction ball up the 36 of Regina.
All right, here we go. 1st and 10. The defense is coming out. 4:38 left to go here in the contest. 47-15. Thanks again to all of our sponsors and all of our listeners here for the Regal Cast and the Regal YouTube channel. Again, Jeff Rudolph and Edward Jones, Dale Howard Auto Center, Locals Love Us, Bankers Advertising and True Art, Chris Shooter Lehman, Class A85, LKR Realtors, OBGYN Associates and Radiance Medical Spa, the Jill Armstrong Realty Team, J&S Express, Towncrest Pharmacy, Hertine and Stocker Jewelers in downtown, Iowa City, Sinclair, Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning, Midtown Family Restaurant, North Dodge Express, Beaver Heating and Air, the Regina Athletic Boosters led by Sean Beard, JJ Knighting, and Iowa City Break here to sponsor the Regal Cast as well as our YouTube Regal channel for your viewing pleasure. Appreciate all of our sponsorships. Also appreciate all the support for homecoming next week in Iowa City, Regina, where Iowa City, Regina High School football plays the Highland Huskies.
Highland Huskies.
Highland Huskies. Highland Huskies. Now, at one point, Highland and Lone Tree were together.
Yeah, and then they split 10 or 15 years ago. They split back apart. They still share a superintendent.
Is that right?
But they do not share athletics. Do want to report a baseball score. Padres up 3-0 over the St. Louis Cardinals.
You say that with some
I said
authority.
Go Padres. I can't stand a week of Cardinal baseball with no Cubs. That could be awful. I talk a good game too. I have plenty of Cardinal fans that give me a hard time in the student body as well.
Yeah, we all do.
Hobeck does give this off to number 37, and he gets right up the gut. I believe they've now switched to that's Amagon in the that's Andrew Gonzalez, junior coming in, taking Schwab's place. And
you've called Gonzalez's name a time or two.
He was out on the wide, was one of the wide receivers on one play. He gets about a 6-yard gain down to the 29-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 3 here, so a 7-yard gain.
You got Gavin in at middle linebacker here.
Hobeck drops back to pass, throws it deep, does have a wide receiver open. He makes the catch for the touchdown, and that is number 24, Tucker Bright, the senior, with the touchdown reception.
Yeah, well executed play. Terrific throw, terrific catch. The receiver got up in the air and brought it down on the right side of the end zone. Hats off to the Wildcats on that. Kind of stunned our defense just a tad. You know, when you don't throw the ball the entire football game in that type of fashion, you don't expect that to come your way.
Eyes are all looking in the backfield. He just got a little bit around the corner there. Nice throw by Hobeck. Like you said, why not? We've been waiting for him to throw it a little bit more, and they finally did get it out there. This will be number 67, Gabe Alcala, for the extra point. It is down, and it is up, and it is good. And it will be 47-22 here with 3:57 to go in the game.
You know, this gives young guys a lot of opportunity to look at film, a lot of opportunity to figure out kind of where they are and what they're doing, and that's a good thing. I think it also helps prepare for the next ball game. And it's one thing to have fewer JV games. It's another thing to have a lot of practices, and of course these kids have been in practice every day working hard. Coaches have been working hard, and hats off to them. We've got a lot of dedicated coaches, one of the best coaching staffs in the entire state. led by Marv Cook. And really so far this year, they've dealt with so many unknown issues, and that's every high school program. There are so many unknown issues related to COVID. And you got to feel, Tim, just been blessed to have these games so far and not have the hiccup to date.
Yep, and been able to find a couple of opponents here late in the weeks at times, and this has been a hallmark of Regina football, getting up big and getting some of these younger guys playing time. So when it's their turn as juniors and seniors to be the leaders on the field, they are ready to go. This is picked up by Andrew Triplett, and he searches for an opening and then gets hit and knocked down at about the 30-yard line.
And Triplett's a senior, right?
He is a junior.
He's a junior. Okay. And again, that is the son of the legendary Chad Triplett, a broadcaster absent from this broadcast, but one of our all-time favorites.
Chad knew he was wanted to be a dad tonight to see his son play. As I told him I'd get to call his name out today, and he does. He gets a nice kickoff return, sets up Regina here at the 30. First and 10, 3:50 to go in the game. Regina up 47-22. And this is, I believe, Gentry Dumont in at quarterback. And he gives a handoff, but is on the ground, a fumble. And it will be second down. Recovered by the Regals, a handoff on the exchange there. Fumbled a little bit, about a 4-yard loss back to the 26. And Regina will face a 2nd and 14.
All right, here we go, offense. Let's get it going. Dumont comes off to get the play from Coach Dumont, and we'll set up the offense.
Coach Hinkle gives Dumont the play there. They run back out. Huddled up are the Regals. Gentry, just a freshman. He's got Danny Gavin. Some shouting going on between a fan and good-natured shouting of some sort. A handoff here to Danny Gavin. He's stopped in the backfield for what will be a couple of yard loss here.
And the clock is running. We're at 2:54, 2:51.
And this is back down to about the 25-yard line, so 1-yard loss on the play. It'll be 3rd and about 15 here for the Regals. Defensive line for Columbus Junction getting a little penetration now here in this 4th quarter. As they spread out, it'll be Gerard and a couple other wide receivers out here to the right. Dumont takes the snap, hands it, keeps it. Dumont into the open area. He gets around one tackle, steps out of an ankle tackle and gets up to the first down, past the 40, a big 16-yard run there for Gentry Dumont.
Yeah, great job out of Gentry Dumont there, getting through, shedding the tacklers and getting the big gainer for the freshman. Nice job.
Stepped out of a tackle at the feet that would have brought him down about 4 or 5 yards short, and then plows ahead just enough, about the length of the football over the 40-yard line for the first down. And Regina with new life here, 1st and 10, 1:47 to go, 47-22, Regina leads. Dumont with 3 wide receivers in. He does hand off to Danny Gavin, goes left side. Danny tries to stutter step, gets up about 2 or 3 yards for second down.
Yeah, I'd like to see a pass play. Let Gentry air it out a little bit.
Well, they're only giving him a gain of 1 there to the 42.
Yeah, I don't like that spot.
It was a little bit further up. It's kind of hard. The angle seems weird here. I don't know why. It seems like every time I look down, I think there should be another 10 yards, both goal lines.
Yeah, we're in a bird cage.
We're in a bird cage. But just a 2nd and about 8 here. 2-yard gain for Gavin they gave him. He gives it to Gavin again, who gets runs out of an arm tackle, breaks free. Across the first down yard marker, across the 50, down to about the 46-yard line.
Yeah. Shedding those blockers as he's running. Terrific run out of Gavin.
A little hesitant there at the beginning, but then once he got the head of steam going, able to run out of a tackle or two.
You got 30 seconds left.
30 seconds to go in the game, 47-22. They're going to hand it off to Gavin, who tries to pick his way through the line, shakes him up, gets to the right, gets out in the open, a first down, maybe a little bit more, and down to about the 25.
17 seconds left to go in the game.
17 seconds left to go in the game. See if Regina can get another play called. And they are going to call everybody over, and this will be the ball game. As the time runs down, 10 seconds to go, Regina players are off to the sideline. And Regina will win it 47-22 here against the Columbus.